Unscripted.
As we draw ever closer to the launch of the PlayStation 5 and obviously the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, people have a lot of questions still. We have a lot of ideas of what's going to come down the pipeline, but due to a global pandemic, obviously not everything is going to be as crystal clear as we perhaps want it to be. But with that being said, we did get some information from Sony, and we are starting the week off right, getting more information from Sony, which I think will help put a lot of people's minds at ease. And I see a lot of this kind of stuff is happening that sort of puts people in the mindset that, you know, good things are happening and good things are coming. So again, it's okay to be excited about the next generation. I am excited about the next generation, and I feel like obviously, you know, in general, people, it's perfectly fine to be excited about the next generation, because there were some interesting little tidbits and announcements that I feel like I should cover, and I think that a lot of people are going to be very interested in this stuff, as I know I am. So let's get started, shall we? What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel, and it means a lot to me personally. If you're looking for a simple, easy way to support a small channel like my own, a simple like definitely goes a long way. With that being said, I appreciate, shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, everybody in between. You are amazing people. So I wanted to get into this. Sony themselves have come out and said that they are processing PlayStation 5 orders, and they're about to start that soon anyway. So there's an email that's going out right now direct from Sony. So if you actually bought your PlayStation 5 from the Sony website, they will begin processing your PlayStation 5 pre-orders very soon, and you'll need to make sure all your pre-order and payment details are correct. So if you are a person that did pre-order from Sony directly, please make sure at this particular time that everything is correct and everything is set up the way that it needs to be, just so that you'll be able to get your stuff. You know, I don't want to see anybody kind of lose out on that, and I feel like, you know, there's probably some people that maybe don't have an updated credit card or payment method or something, and that's not going to be a good thing, you know, come November 12th when this thing actually come out. So make sure your address, your payment details, everything is there so you can get your stuff on November 12th. It also states that some orders might be delayed or disrupted due to the global pandemic, and that these disruptions can range between 1 and 3 business days. So, you know, we're finally here. The PlayStation 5 is obviously imminent, and we'll be able to get our hands on the console and the innovative DualSense controller very soon. This week will be a big week for the PS5, as, you know, a lot of people are getting in their review consoles, and so we'll be seeing a lot of reviews and things like that, and they're going to be covering, you know, obviously there's a lot to cover in terms of what is coming down the pipeline for the PlayStation 5, and I'm very interested to see a lot of the major sites review it and see what they think. This is a pretty close time, like between the Xbox Series X releasing and the PS5, so I can imagine that a lot of the reviews and stuff like that are going to be very interesting to see the least. If you wanted any more kind of information on that, the good news is PS5 is filling filling warehouses right now. Sony is very close to launching these things. There's videos that leaked out that the PlayStation 5 is actually filling warehouses ahead of launch. It's going to arrive on the scene obviously 7 years later. Can you believe it's already been 7 years? I mean, I was just a young pup, and here I am, you know, still consider myself a young pup, but, you know, we're about to launch another generation of consoles. It's incredible to think, especially considering 2 console generations ago, we were told that that would be the last console generation and we wouldn't see any more, and now we're being told that this is the last one and we won't see any more. I aim to not keep it that way. I actually hope that we continue to get consoles for many years to come. Obviously, this is going to be a heck of a console generation. A lot of predictions going out for the PlayStation 5 being extremely successful. Reportedly, Sony is considering actually bumping up or delay the release date in the UK, obviously due to new implemented restrictions going on due to the global pandemic. So I do feel sorry for, you know, and I apologize, and it sucks. I understand there's a lot of things going on. Like in the UK, I guess they're going back into lockdown fully or whatever, so I don't know how that's going to really impact it. So they are actually considering bumping it up or delaying it. If they delayed it, I think it would be till December something, because I think that's when supposedly the lockdown would end. The U.S. release date still appears to be on track for November 12th, thankfully. Compared to Sony's previous consoles, the PS5 is obviously the biggest system the company has ever manufactured, and I think that's good. I think that's going to help with the sound problems. I think that's going to help with the issues with the noise and the issues with overheating and things like that. So I think that that's going to be extremely helpful with all that kind of stuff. So hopefully we can get that sort of worked out sooner rather than later. And again, like I said, it's an extremely interesting time that sounds like it's really good. Now, this other piece of news that I kind of wanted to talk about is very interesting. Maybe not on the outside, but for what it means, in my opinion, as to why it's very interesting stuff. So Fortnite, which is like the biggest game ever, they confirmed that's going to be a launch thing. Again, I don't really look at that as launch stuff that's already been out on either platform, but apparently it's going to use the PS5 DualSense haptic feedback to make you feel like you're holding a submachine gun, which, again, I'll explain why that's big in a second. The developers behind Fortnite have revealed how the PS5 version of the game will take advantage of the DualSense console's controller, including haptic feedback that allows the users to feel like they're holding a submachine gun or bolt-action rifle. The official press blurb for the PS5 also mentions that in addition to general vibrant support, the DualSense haptic feedback trigger has also been implemented for ranged weapons to further immerse players in firefights. Epic also confirmed that the next generation version of Fortnite will run at a silky smooth performance of 4K 60 FPS, giving you more reason to upgrade to PS5, although I never think a old game is a reason to upgrade. Fortnite's obviously available on pretty much everything, and they want to keep that thing as huge as possible. But you might go, well, why is this a big deal? Why is this newsworthy? Why are you putting this in a video, CG? And I would just like to point out that, the idea that a lot of people had was that possibly the PlayStation 5 haptic feedback and the triggers themselves wouldn't be utilized by third-party developers because they're quote-unquote a gimmick. And so now we're starting to see third-party developers fully support exactly what the PlayStation 5 is actually capable of, and I think that's phenomenal, and that's something that a lot of people should be thankful for. And again, that's going to be something that a lot of people sort of have to kind of deal with as well. At the end of the day, I feel like for some reason you had this contingent of people who were actually hoping that the PlayStation 5 wouldn't be supported in that way because it gives us huge advantage over what the Xbox Series X is doing, and again, I get that, but like at the same time, I really just wish people would just let these things do what they do, and then we'll kind of worry about the rest later. In my opinion, I feel like that's super smart to do, and that's probably the best thing to do, in my opinion, is just like wait and see how it all kind of turns out and how it all works out, because again, people might not think that I like Xbox or whatever. I do like Xbox. I just want Xbox to do better, and I want Xbox to be better. And I feel like they won't be able to do that unless you do have some people pushing them and things like that. And that's all along what my goal was. It wasn't to hate on Xbox or blindly or anything like that. I think Xbox, like I said, will be fine in a few years' time. But I really just wanted to be fine now. And if people would have really gotten on them about it, I feel like they would have possibly had, something ready, or, I feel like if people would have kind of voted a little bit better with their wallets and maybe spoke up, we would see some different types of situations where we have some games ready to go. And, it wasn't such a thing where you have to wait, years and years and years, because I think at the end of the day, nobody really wants to go wait all that time. Nobody wants to continue to wait and wait and wait for games to come so you can have something to actually showcase what's going on with your platform. And I think that that's something that a lot of people are starting to come around to now. And I do apologize if a lot of people thought that I was blindly hating on Xbox or whatever. Like I have to be completely upfront. A lot of people don't like me because I'm tough on Xbox, but at the same time, I want to point out that I was equally as tough on PlayStation when they didn't have anything. And it kind of is what it is. Some people are okay with me now, some people obviously aren't, but at the end of the day, I pushed them and I kept that quote same energy, so to speak. So people kind of got to keep that in mind with how all this stuff goes along. And I think that it's really a blessing in disguise that Sony started off slow and then they actually learned from that going into next generation, thankfully. So again, that's something that a lot of people are going to be extremely excited about. A lot of people are going to be probably pissed off that I kind of spoke out as much as I did and was outspoken. But look, if you're offended by somebody speaking their mind, then I think that that's probably on you more than it's on me, because I've always kind of spoke my mind about this stuff, and I'll continue to do so for as long as I feel like doing this stuff. If there ever comes a time where I honestly don't feel like doing this anymore, then I just won't do it, and it kind of will be what it'll be. Like there probably won't be some big fanfare thing where I'm like, I'm leaving. It's not going to be anything like that. But it's just like if it happens not to become fun anymore, I think at that point then I'll probably just be done with it. But with that being said, I'm still here for right now. Still having a good time gearing up for next generation. I'm very excited about that, and I'm hoping that you all are very excited as well. Obviously, with everything that's going on in the world, it is a little bit tougher to sort of get excited, but I still think that I am overall, and I'm very much looking forward to what next generation brings, and hopefully you guys are too. If you enjoy the content, please take a minute to consider subscribing. At the very least, you can do that, or you can maybe hit the like button. I would appreciate that very much. Please stay safe, happy, and healthy, each and every one of you. Take precautions, all that kind of good stuff. Rack 'em up. Game on, my friends. Game on. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.